Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are getting the back porch ready to be poured, hopefully tomorrow. So we thought we had to backfill quite a bit, but instead we ended up needing to dig a lot out. So we're kind of a sweaty mess because we kind of started just going at it this morning and getting her dug out. So I think we have it dug out now, and after lunch we're going to come back and fill it with, actually I don't know the process. I'm not even going to pretend like I do. Go ahead.
It's kind of funny. I spent about 2 evenings after the kids had kind of gone in for the evening until dark, moving a bunch of dirt around, and I spent probably one good evening just simply filling that back in, because there was a tree that had come out right there that we had for one of the trees that we'd cut out, there was a hole, and so I was backfilling that, and I just went ahead and started backfilling all the way up to the house and getting all that done. And then I come to find out that I ended up having to dig out about 1.5 foot of everything I had put back, and so it's just kind of funny how that works. But the next step, now that we've got it dug out, so what we did is we set our laser level at the height we wanted, and we established that that as the height we wanted, and then we set it 4 inches deeper, so we got a 4-inch concrete slab. And then I wanted a 6-inch slab on the side, so we're going to do what's called a thickened edge on the concrete. So I set it at 6 inches instead of 4. And then I figured I wanted about 3 inches of gravel, between 3 and 4 inches of gravel. So I set it an additional 3 inches deeper. So we went around and we tested that and got all of our height set. And we're within, what, an inch all the way around. But it's so interesting to look, because there's some spots that look like it's really, really deep. And some spots look like we didn't hardly take any off, but they're all the same level. And so it's just interesting to see how your eye plays a trick on you as the ground elevation changes. But anyways, the next step now is to get some of this crushed gravel. We use a 1-inch, it's called a 1-inch base here. I've heard people call it 1-inch dirty. It still has they call it findings. It still has the findings, or the clay ball, or I've heard all kinds of different terms for it. But anyways, what it does is it really compacts down hard. And then when it gets wet, that clay hardens, and it really makes it feel like it's hard as a rock. It really does feel like concrete. It's the same stuff we used on our driveway. And so we'll put that down next. We'll get that up to grade, to where we want it. So now on the level stick, I will move it up 3 inches, so that now our new level will show us what the top of the gravel is. And if you remember, we done the same thing on our front porch. I don't know if we really showed that on the video or not, but we'll show it now on this video. But
we make a video of the front porch?
We did.
Okay.
It's on here. We'll link it right here.
I have to remake it.
But anyways, so then we will we'll set that new grade, and it will once it gets to that level, we'll tamp all of that concrete down, or all of that gravel down, and then we will do, at that point, we will do the thickened edge. So we'll make sure that it is 6 inches deep, and then the inside will be 4 inches deep. We only want the center 4 inches deep, and we want the sides 6 inches. That gives us, it's kind of like a monolithic pour with a footer built in, kind of a all-in-one kind of a deal.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Is that what it is? Anyhow, so what that does is it gives you a thickened edge, or a footer on the outside edge, to help support the weight from the walls and the ceiling that we're going to put over, because it will be an enclosed room when we're done, with a screened in. It'll be a screened in porch when we're finished with it. So it will have the thicker sidewalls to help support that weight. If you're just doing just a standard slab, a standard back forward porch or front porch slab, or a step, or a sidewalk, or something like that, then you just do a standard 4-inch pour. You know, you can frame it up with 2x4s, and that gives you your height that you need and all of that. 3.5 inches, 4 inches, something like that. You put gravel underneath it, and you're good to go. But when you're building something on it, you want a footer underneath it so that it has a wider bearing space for the direct weight from the wall. And so that's what we're doing. Then we do that, and then once that's done, we will drill into our existing slab, and we will drill every 4 foot into that, and then we'll also put some along the edges and stuff like that, and we'll put rebar in, 2 foot long rebar. So those will go into the slab. Once those are into the slab, then we will take 20 foot rebar, and we will lay it out on the same 4 foot going long ways, and then we will lay it 4 foot going perpendicular to that, and then you use these little clips that I'll show you. Probably will be tomorrow, honestly, but I'll show you the clips. They're called wire ties, and they have this special little clamp that you use, and you put the clip around them, and then you spin it, and it causes the wire to tie together. But anyways, it's kind of a cool deal. So that's what's next. Then after that, concrete guys show up, and they make us all look like weenies, because it's concrete's really hard work.
And they did great. And notice we're sitting on our covered porch, which obviously you can't see yet, but we got our porch, guys.
So the rest of the porch video will be coming up soon. We've got the
Probably
first half.
this one.
Yeah, the first half of it will be on before this one, and then we will have a follow-up video of us roofing it and buttoning up the last few pieces. It's kind of hard. It's like every other project that we've had on this stinking house. You can't finish project A without finishing B, C, D, and E, and F, and G, and H, and I, and J, and K, and L. You get the picture. So the one end of our porch we will be able to finish. We'll be able to put soffit and fascia and drip edge on the ceiling, soffit and fascia, whole 9 yards. It'll look really nice and be finished. Just like one end of our house, we'll be able to completely finish with soffit and fascia and all that stuff. But the other end of the front porch, it's going to kind of look wonky a little bit because it's not going to be finished, and because it's going to eventually attach to the new addition, and so it'll look a little unfinished for a minute until we can get that new addition built. And so it's like everything else. It seems like we constantly just start a project, halfway finish it. It's not because we're terrible people. Well,
we just
could be.
No, we just some of it we want to respect the concrete guy's time, so we're trying to make sure there's so many. Oh, that's the sun on there. Yeah. We just want to respect their time, so we want to make sure that we're getting that done. But while we're waiting, at the same time, we're getting other stuff going and started and all that. And it is hard because it's like counters got done. Okay, well, we need to hurry up and get those finished quickly before they warp, and we, all that stuff. There's just a lot.
Right.
Stuff will get finished, though.
We had so much rain last week that concrete guy, we couldn't do anything because, if you remember, we pulled out all those trees. Well, that left the dirt really soft in the back, and so we couldn't even get back there with the tractor, or it would have sunk. And so I had to wait until the last part of last week to even get started moving any dirt around back there because of all of the rain. So that put us off another week, so the concrete guy's been kind of waiting. And then here now this week, today's Labor Day, and so what are we doing? We're laboring, I guess. Makes sense. But anyhow, we the rest of this week they're calling for rain in southern Missouri, and so it looks like all the way through Thursday possibly. So who knows? We may not even get any concrete until first part of next week anyways. We just don't know. But at least at this point, it's not they're not waiting on us, and that's the important thing. It's different when you're waiting on them, but when they're waiting on you, they can get very frustrated and actually move on and leave you behind if you're not ready to go when they are. But if you're waiting on them,
understandable.
Which is understandable. I mean, in a business like that, I get it. I was that way sometimes with clients. If you didn't get back to me in time, I would move on and do somebody else. You know, I've got to keep jobs coming in to provide for my family. So anyhow, that's what we've got going on, guys. Just keep following along, and we will eventually have a complete walkthrough of a finished product, our house build. But we know that that's going to be months in the making, and there'll be many more videos from here into there. But keep following along, enjoy the ride, and we'll just keep living this good journey.
Yeah. See ya.